Danger, Will Robinson! Danger! No, Will Robinson! Danger!
Every day across this country, something powerful is happening. People are rising for each other, for democracy, and for our collective freedom. We have chosen not to live in fear or let division destroy this country. We believe in something bigger than ourselves and the promise of freedom and justice for all. But now, our rights and our freedoms are under attack. We can point fingers or we can take action. This spring, millions of us united for one of the largest peaceful protests in the history of the United States. Together, we told Trump and his billionaire administration to keep their greedy hands off our health care, our veterans benefits, our public lands, our rights. Courage is contagious, and now we're taking to the streets again on Saturday, June 14th for No King's Day. While Trump wastes tens of millions of taxpayer dollars on a military parade for his birthday, acting like a wannabe king, people in every state have organized over 1,800 events in their communities to uphold democracy and protect our rights. People standing side by side for the future we all deserve. We don't do kings in the United States. We believe power belongs with the people.
So we want to talk to you about drones because we just showed some LA riot footage where it was a drone that was displaying that footage, called a Predator drone. And not surprisingly, the people who are supporting these riots are saying those drones usually fly during military combat. Now they're flying over LA riots. How dare they fly on U.S. soil? So what is your reaction to that criticism?
Well, hey, first, good morning, and thanks for having me on the show again. It's great to see you guys. And look, these are not armed drones with Hellfire missiles that are launching off of them or ready to fire at protesters. So don't worry. They're really there to provide this sort of insight into criminal activity, capture footage of protests, feed intel to the local authorities. You have these large, massive groups of people popping up in areas around LA quickly, and that's something that law enforcement needs to get ahead of. And CBP, Customs Border Protection, they've had this fleet of unarmed drones for quite some time. Typically they're flying along the southern border of Mexico looking for drug cartel activity. They're used for more high-profile operations, but every once in a while they get tasked for domestic operations. And these things, they sit very, very high, typically 20,000 feet above ground, and they can see a lot of terrain that way and cover a lot of space. And so, it may be concerning for some Americans, but this is perfectly legal for them to fly over the airspace, especially when it comes to the fact now that the National Guard has been deployed. They have military assets like this that they can task out to support their operation. And that's really part of deploying the National Guard when it's activated by the president. It's not just about the individual soldiers. It's the resources, it's the surveillance assets, it's the intelligence, and it's this full support structure that comes along the way. So this is really a good thing for everyone's protection.
They're targeting Donald Trump's golf course with the drones, drone this, drone that. Donald Trump comes in, he says, we don't know what they are. They're no big deal. He doesn't even bring attention to it. And all these people just forget about how your government was doing a test run with drones over the East Coast to see how you responded to those test runs. So we have drones flying over LA. And if this expands, which it will, because we have Newsweek, we have all the mainstream media who are taking the website, the No Kings website, and they're promoting where these events are going to occur without promoting it, right? Map and list cities hosting No Kings protest against Trump on June 14th. And they give you every single location, what time it starts, what time it ends, all of it in Newsweek, in New York Times, in Time Magazine, all of them. Instead of saying, hey, what we should do is shut down the website. We shouldn't promote the events because these could be considered militia-like events or dangerous events, where things could occur, people could get hurt, things could be destroyed, property could be destroyed. No, the mainstream media, of course, is promoting it. The government's not expecting you to ask the question as to why they wouldn't shut down the No Movement website and prevent this from occurring, since they're telling you where they're going to be. Shouldn't they be showing up and saying, hey, you're not allowed to do this because these aren't peaceful protests? Oh, they're allowing it because it's peaceful protests, when everybody out there knows that it's not peaceful protests, right? Because they're tearing down statues, they're graffitiing things, right? They're causing chaos in the streets, they're opposing the police. It's a joke. It's an utter joke. Look at the list of locations, how many places they give you. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, California, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho. So, I mean, who is organizing it in Hawaii? Right? Some guy found the No Kings website and is organizing. We're supposed to believe the government's not behind it. It's a joke. Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Mass, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico. We missing any states? New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. My positive where I listed every single state, but I think it's in every single state. And the map practically shows us every single state. In fact, we even have some down in Mexico occurring. So the mainstream media is promoting this, wanting people to attend it, obviously. And then these people don't even realize that the government's flying drones above you, provoking you into violence, because that's what this is.
Danger! No, Will Robinson! Danger!
I've got one that can see.